Alex, Chris, and Christine. Well, Title 42 makes it easier for Border Patrol to expel migrants due to the threat of COVID-19. And when it's lifted, which will be tomorrow, 10 o'clock at night here in El Paso, they expect to see at least 10,000 migrants cross each day. But we've actually already seen numbers that large, and those are a record breaker. We've never seen that many people come over in just a single day. Now, Customs and Border Protection sources say that Border Patrol apprehended at least 10,300 migrants who crossed illegally yesterday. Monday, over 10,000 people crossed too. In El Paso, a few hundred migrants are waiting behind the border to come into the U.S. CBP says that these people have crossed illegally and will go into CBP custody, where they can either claim asylum or be expelled. Today, CBP flew more than 200 migrants back to Guatemala and Honduras after being in custody for just a few days. Many of these migrants have traveled for months, escaping cartel violence along the way and hoping for a better life in the U.S. U.S. officials expect the number of migrants crossing into the U.S. to skyrocket when Title 42 is lifted, but the consequences for illegally crossing will dramatically go up.
Our use of our immigration enforcement authorities under Title 8 of the United States Code means tougher consequences for people who cross the border illegally. Unlike under Title 42, an individual who is removed under Title 8 is subject to at least a 5-year bar on re-entry into the United States and can face criminal prosecution if they attempt to cross again.
Here in downtown El Paso, Sacred Heart Church has really become a sanctuary for many of the migrants because they won't be apprehended here by Border Patrol. You guys can see behind me that some of the migrants have already set up for tonight, many of them sleeping outside, but we really have seen the amount of migrants fluctuate. Last week we saw more than 2,000 on the streets, and today we see just a few dozen here. Of course, we do expect many more in the coming days. In El Paso, Mills Hayes, Fox 11 News.
Do the migrants, do the Border Patrol officials, do the local officials, does anybody buy what he just said there, that the consequences are going to be worse?
I think many of the Texas Department of Public Safety and Texas National Guard are concerned. Specifically, we've heard from Governor Greg Abbott, who says that we're not prepared for the ending of Title 42. But we do know that ICE has said that after Title 42 is lifted, then they will go back to enforcing Title 8, and that those consequences for crossing illegally are going to be a lot worse because you'll be expelled for 5 years, and then if you cross again after that, then you could be expelled from the U.S. for indefinitely.